What's up, everybody? It's Coach Colton here at Columbus Martial Arts. I hope you're having a great sunny Friday so far. I want to do a quick video this Friday talking actually more about our belt testing and belt promotions next week and the week after. I know we have our tournament tomorrow and we've done a lot of content for that. If you haven't watched it, check it out. And a lot of you guys are excited for that tomorrow, myself included. But there's been some conversations that I've had with parents over this last week where I really want to talk a little bit about the black belt mindset in regards to earning the next belt and achieving black belt. And I think this is so important. By the way, parents, if you haven't signed up for testing, please don't forget that tomorrow is the last day to sign up. If you don't sign up by tomorrow, the next week in class, when we're running belt testing, your student will not be testing. So go ahead and do that. It's on the app. When you open up the app, in that main overview page, the first page, you'll see the picture of the different belts. You click on that picture and it'll take you to where you need to go. So really, there were two conversations I had over the past week that really made me want to do this video. The first was with a parent, and I had a conference with this parent, and the parent was telling me, hey, Coach Colton, I love the classes. And I think my student loves the classes, but they've been having a really tough time lately. You know, we went 3 or 4 weeks without earning any stripes. They weren't passing the belt exams, and they're really struggling. And I don't want to pull them out or have them quit just because it's tough. But I feel like as this goes on, if they keep struggling, they're going to want to quit. And ultimately, I just want to know if I should go ahead and cut my losses now and pull them out, or if it's worth leaving them in. And this is a great point. Parents, when you signed up or if you haven't signed up and you're thinking about enrolling your student, what do I tell you about the program? I tell you that our program is generally fun, it's dynamic, it gets the kids active, and it's going to help them reach whatever goals you have for them. One thing I do not tell you is that the class is going to be easy. And in fact, if it was easy and it wasn't pushing them out of their comfort zone and pushing them to the next level, then we wouldn't really be, doing martial arts. We wouldn't be doing our jobs here, just keeping the students where they're at, not increasing the strength or the focus or the responsibility or the confidence or whatever the students' goals are. And, we do not make a guarantee that every day your student comes to class, they're going to earn that stripe. We also don't make the guarantee that your student has the privilege or the right to test a bajillion times for the stripe, or walk home every 10 weeks with a guaranteed belt test. There are some times where it's hills and there's some times where it's valleys, and that is very important. It's very important to acknowledge that there are times where your student's going to be on fire, crushing it, killing it, winning their games, passing their stripe tests, finding tons of success, and they're going to be eager to come to the next class and chomping at the bit to earn their next belt. And the opposite's true too. There's going to be some times where they're going to experience failures in the class. There's going to be some times where they don't win. There's going to be some times where they don't, want to come to class. That's life, right? I'm sure there's some days that you wake up energized, ready to go to work. And there's some days where you want to stay at home and read a book and drink some coffee and just hang out and just zonk, right? But during those times, if we allow the student to quit just because they're discouraged or having a rough time, they're never going to grow as individuals, right? And I guarantee you, if you find that perseverance and you push past this valley to the next hill, you're going to, have that success and you're going to see that improvement in your student. So don't quit just because your student may not be finding the success or might not be ready for that belt test because they haven't earned their stripes. If I actually give that student more chances to earn the stripe or just give them the stripe and allow them to test, I'm actually going to be hurting that student. And it's really simple when you think about it, because let's say I have an orange belt and next belt they would test for is green. And in their orange belt, they're really struggling to earn 3 or 4 of the stripes, and it's getting close to belt testing time. Their chances of earning those stripes are running thin. And I say, hey, you know what, Jimmy, I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead and just give you your stripes and stripe you up and you can take your test. Or they have the stripes, but they fail their belt test. And I look at the sheet and go, oh man, I know that Jimmy would be really sad or Susie would be really sad if she failed her test. So I'm just going to pass her anyways. What that's going to do is it's going to move them up a belt level. So what does that mean? It means that now they're going to be doing challenges and stripe tests and more curriculum that's even more challenging, because as you move up the belts, it doesn't get any easier, more challenging than what they were already struggling on. They're going to be doing something more challenging than what they were already struggling on. That means that they're going to find success. They're going to find failure more often. So talk about a confidence spiral. I'm not helping them by making it easy for them and passing them in the present. I'm actually going to make it tougher for them in the future, because now instead of going 3 weeks without passing, maybe we go a whole 6-7 weeks without passing a single stripe test. So take the time. It's a marathon to black belt. So what if they're not ready this 10 weeks to test for their yellow belt? They'll be ready next time, as long as they have that consistency into the work, right? And when parents bring their students in, they never tell me that their primary goal is for their student to reach a blue belt or reach a brown belt or even reach a black belt. Their primary goal for me is, hey, Coach Colton, I want them in an activity that's fun, active, getting them to be healthy, socialize with other kids their same age, work on the strength, work on the physical conditioning. They're a couch potato, or they're shy, I want them to be confident, or they're getting in trouble at school for talking too much, help them focus. Those were the goals. The goals were never the stripe or the belt. Those are a symbol of us reaching those goals, right? So if we're not reaching the goals, we shouldn't continue to incentivize and progress them along, because they're not ready for that tougher stuff. Just have the patience, stick with the curriculum. So that was one conversation I had, which kind of plays along with this motif. It's a marathon, right? Not a sprint. Even when you get to a black belt, it's not done, right? I think some of us forget that. The black belt's not the end point. And in many ways, the black belt is a starting point, because by achieving the black belt, you're acknowledging that you are an individual that's constantly seeking success through self-improvement. A black belt is someone who's always challenging themselves in some way to be more accountable, be more focused, be more disciplined, be stronger, kinder, smarter. A black belt is someone who's never, okay with just being average or just being passable, right? They want to be extraordinary. They want to continue to push. And, for that, it takes consistency and it takes time. The other conversation I had was something that always happens around belt testing and belt promotion times. And I'm sure you guys have read this in the testing sheet at the front desk, or on the phone in the app, or even listen to it in one of the videos, maybe the handbook videos. We're very strict with our belt testing and belt promotions policy. Generally, you have to test during testing week and you have to attend the promotions. The only exceptions we make are generally for white belts, in case they didn't get the full spiel right in the beginning, and maybe they can claim ignorance on that one and they don't know the rules. We make the one-time exception for them. We explain the rule to them at that point, and then going forward, there are no exceptions, right? And the reason we're very strict is it's very important. It's very important for the students to test with the other students, and it's very important for them to promote with the other students. The belt doesn't have the same weight to it when I just throw it to them or have waiting for them in the lobby. It really is important that they get promoted in front of their peers, along with their peers, and even better than that, having the family there to acknowledge their hard work and their progression towards their goals. Same thing with the testing, right? And I test you one-on-one off on a Saturday, or really early or late. It's not going to have the same effect as when you walk into that classroom. You see all the students sitting there, you know that you're going to be on display in front of the parents and other students, and you're going to have to perform under that pressure. And parents will ask me, hey, Coach Colton, can we test late? Can we promote late? We're not going to be here for promotions. We're not going to be here for testing. And, summertime, it's always vacation, right? So I have this family that says, hey, Coach Colton, it just slipped my mind. We're going to be on a cruise the week of testing, or the week of promotions rather. Can they get promoted late? Or how that would affect their promotions? And I say, well, if they're not here promotions week, we don't do late promotions. They wouldn't be able to test for their next belt. If they did test and passed, they wouldn't receive that belt. They'd have to retest in 10 weeks. And they would say, oh my gosh, I think this is very unfair. Do you expect me to, cancel my vacation? I can't get refunded on those cruise tickets. That costs a fortune. I don't think it's fair that just because we can't make it on a specific date that Johnny can't test. And my perspective is, no, is that crazy? That is crazy to think that you expect me to have you cancel your vacation. I do not expect any family to cancel their vacation, cancel their trips, cancel seeing their family. All of that stuff is very important. Family is definitely more important than getting a piece of fabric wrapped around the waist of the student. 110%. I do not expect that. But I also do not expect families to approach me for special treatment when the rules are already set in motion. Kind of like with the other talk. If that student can't be here, another 10 weeks isn't going to kill them. Another 10 weeks is probably going to make them hungrier. It's probably going to make them want the test even more and work even harder. And if they do get discouraged, well, guess what? That turns into a lesson about perseverance, right? So I don't really expect you guys to cancel any plans that you have to interfere with our testing promotion cycle, but I don't expect special treatment either. What makes a rule fair is that it's applied to everyone and we treat everyone the same way. And, we did a previous video. It wasn't in regards to testing. It was in regards to something else. But, that saying about how fair seems awfully great when it's beneficial for you. But as soon as it's time for you to put something forward in the name of fairness, and it becomes inconvenient for you, now the rules don't seem so fair, right? It's kind of this double tone where, hey, even our families, we have to hold ourselves accountable, right? So wanted to drop this quick video for you guys today. It's now not too quick. We've been going for about 10 minutes now, so we're gonna wrap it up here. But remember, guys, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You don't sprint to black belt and then you're done. It keeps going. It's a lifelong thing. Even if someday you guys move away and you stop training with us, my goal for all of my leadership students out there, all of my students that are wanting to achieve their black belt, is to keep the black belt mindset. Because when you go to school, when you go to the grocery store, when you go to the post office, the movie theater, you're not going to have your black belts on, right? It's not the materialistic thing that we're wrapping around the race. It's what we're equipping our youth with up here. The mindset for greatness, the mindset to be focused, respectful, confident, disciplined, hardworking. Those are the things that I want my students to have. And if that takes, waiting 10 weeks to receive their next belt, then so be it. That's a supremely small price to pay for that. So it's a great trade-off. So hope you guys are having a great Friday. We'll see you here tomorrow for your brackets in the tournament. If you haven't weighed in, I'll see you guys this afternoon for weigh-ins. And yeah, wish you guys the best. Good luck tomorrow. See you on the mats. Bye.